thought BioShock Infinite would go unrivaled in story, presentation, and emotion this year? Meet Dead Island Riptide, the touching, somber tale of just kidding. Developer Techland is back with a sequel to 2011's first-person zombie role-playing game and has you dismembering corpses for 20 hours while rolling in experience points. The end product is a game that's packed with wonky animations and lackluster graphics, but one that's definitely fun.
Plant you here to spy on us.
Right, that's why I'm beat to shit like this. It's all part of my cover.
The easiest way to gauge your interest in Dead Island Riptide is by asking yourself what you thought of the original, because not much has changed. The plot is still paper thin, the cutscenes are still wooden, and the game doesn't look great or run all that well. It isn't a train wreck, but it also isn't a AAA experience, which might explain why Dead Island Riptide is being sold at a discount. The story picks up right where the original left off. Our 4 survivors from Dead Island land their helicopter on a military vessel, meet the new playable character, and are promptly re-stranded on a different island that's also suffering from the same zombie outbreak. When you boot it up, you pick your survivor, each with his or her own weapon specialty, and set off to conquer the open world that's begging to be explored. It's a setup that you should enjoy. The new brawler's super kick might make you long to have picked him, but then you fall back on cutting heads off with your knife skill and forget all about it. These character differences jump out at you when you jump into the game with up to 3 online friends. The monsters you face scale, so each player is facing the appropriate challenge. You all get money and XP from each other's actions, so it's really the best way to play. Oh, and you can import your character from the original Dead Island if you want a head start on your skill tree. Just like the original, most of Riptide's sins can be overlooked because it's so much fun to play. From the get-go, you'll have a quest log packed with story missions, side quests, and new team tasks to undertake. As you get your sea legs and begin conquering new zombies like the Screamer and the Drowner, you'll find that ding of leveling up coming every few minutes. With the addition of dead zones, which are basically monster dungeons you need to clear, Dead Island has added a welcome wrinkle to your never-ending need to discover. This is a game that knows nailing the zombie RPG part of the equation means it can forego the niceties. Sure, I wish the game ran smoother, the map directed me better, and that character hair and eyes weren't so fugly, but none of that stopped me from agonizing over which skill to invest in, more bleeding damage or more inventory slots, as I hit level 61 at midnight last night. I've beaten the story, but I can't stop playing it. Dead Island Riptide isn't a great game, mostly because it doesn't even try to fix the problems that plagued the original 2 years ago. But just like the original, I want to find every radio diary, to craft electrified weapons, to nab every trophy and achievement. Riptide's final boss is silly and the ending isn't satisfying, but that's not what this game is about. It's about how much fun it is to hack the limbs off the undead while building a better character. For everything about zombie video games, and the question that's plagued mankind for years, who do you voodoo bitch? Keep it here on IGN.